Hey YouTube, it's Melissa Hurt of Integrated Studio, here with another video to help you be clear, productive, and influential. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to speak with kindness. This is especially effective for those in leadership positions because if you want to be influential, you have to be able to appeal to your listeners, and kindness is the way to do it. So be sure to stay to the end where I'm going to give you 3 really valuable tips on how to speak with kindness. And I invite you to drop your comments in the comment section below as you go through this video to let me know what your questions are. What do you think? Is this a new idea for you? And let me help you implement it in your everyday communication. So I once heard that honesty without compassion is cruelty. Think about that. You give honest feedback to another person, but you're not compassionate that it's a person you're talking to. It can come across as cruelty, which will then be detrimental to the listener. They'll feel hurt and they'll be more tentative in opening up to you and sharing their process. So if you want to be influential as a leader or in any kind of situation where you need to give honest feedback to other people, you need to put kindness in the equation. So the first tip for doing that is have compassion for the listener. This is a living, breathing human you're talking to after all. They have feelings, they care, they have a vested interest. And if they have performed a certain task or offered anything to you, it's of course your right to have an opinion about it, but know that they're in this relationship with you to grow. And so have compassion for the listener and for the work that they did that you now have a chance to speak on. So how do you have compassion for the listener? Consider, where did they come from? What process have they gone through to offer you the goods or the services that you are now in a position to critique? Do you know anything about their life or their family or their situation? Have compassion for them and know that we all have a beating heart and we all have an interest in this world. So having compassion for your listener will automatically infer a tone of kindness in how you speak to them. Number 2, now you want to be honest and kind, but you still have to have integrity for yourself. Any kind of dishonest statement that you're saying just to be in the sweet spot with the listener might be a disservice to you. This is a balance after all. And so how can you say what you need to say without offending or hurting the other person? And that is the true mark of a leader, to enhance your vocabulary, enhance your lexicon so that you can give valuable feedback, constructive criticism, so everybody can grow and thrive and keep their vested interest in the project or the task or the relationship, but still be in integrity with yourself because you know you are saying true statements. So I want you to choose words that are not critical of their character, but maybe critical of their work. Find that separation and state that separation up front. Be critical of their work, be critical of their process, be critical of what's not effective at the moment, but keep it directly separate from the person who's doing the work. And I highly encourage you to look at the book Nonviolent Communication to learn more about how to frame statements that are not in any way inferred or implied as attacks on a person's character. It's simply observing what you see in front of you and what you're experiencing so that you can comment on the thing at hand and not on the person who contributed it. So, number 2 is have integrity for yourself by being honest and find those words that are honest about the situation but still not harmful for the other. And say only what is needed for the situation. You don't have to offer any more than that. And then my 3rd tip for how to speak with kindness is, it might sound silly, but speak in a tone of voice that would not scare off an animal. Now we know we're talking to people, but when you're talking in a strident tone and you're very direct and you're punctuating everything you say, and a cat would run off because they're scared, then you know that's not going to work with a person. The human voice has natural melodies, and we are naturally drawn to musicality, highs and lows, soft tones of voice, full, rich voice, timbre, the whole gamut. And so, can you speak gently? Can you use pitch highs and lows to communicate your point? Can you give eye contact? That's a soft gaze and not a penetrating glare. Be soft in your communication when you're giving criticism so that you can always keep an element of kindness within your message. All right, so those are my 3 tips on how to speak with kindness. Have compassion for the listener. Be kind to yourself by speaking with integrity. So to do that and to also honor having compassion for the listener, find those words that communicate your message about the work at hand without criticizing the character of the person who did the work. And then 3, use gentle highs and lows of your pitch, soft eye contact, and use a more pleasing tone of voice. Drop me a comment below. Let me know how these land on you, and have you ever implemented any of these, and how did it work for you? I really want to know. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can be first in line to get my tips on how to be clear, productive, and influential.